Anthony, welcome to the Sticker Book Challenge. In front of you, you've got your very own sticker page with some big questions from your footballing career. All you've got to do is pick your favourite sticker from each to pop down on the board. Does that make sense?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, ready for your first question. It is opponent. So as a left winger, you face some of the best right backs in the world. So we're asking you your toughest opponent. There's some good ones in there.
Kyle Walker, Trent, Ben White, and Hakimi.
You got a sneak preview of Kyle Walker before you even knew what we were doing and what the question was, and you said he's probably going to be the answer. But you've got 3 English right backs in there, but all bring something a little bit different. So talk me through the differences and how you'd approach playing all of them.
They're all very different. I said he would be the answer because I didn't think Hakimi would be in there.
Okay.
That's threw me off a little bit. All very different. Hakimi going forward is by far the best because he's so fast and his control with the ball makes him really hard to deal with. Kyle Walker, for obvious reasons, so fast, so strong. Trent, completely different, not so much a runner, but a passer. So approach is completely different to the game. Got to get more tight, stop him playing the passes he does. Ben White, probably a mixture between both. Mixes up getting forward and defending. But Arsenal, really tough team, so he's hard to play against as well.
I get the sense that you don't fear anyone. That's your mentality, that whoever you're playing and however good they are, that you go into it with a positive mindset that you can get the better of anyone you play against.
Exactly that. I love playing all of these because I feel like it just brings out the best in me. I think statistically my best games always come against the bigger teams, and that's because I think that I embrace the challenge.
So Hakimi, is he the one that you're leaning towards, playing in the Champions League? Huge moment for you personally as well?
Yeah, I think the Champions League was a massive moment, but I think the hardest, walk is tough to play against. Definitely out of them two. I'm going to go for Hakimi because I remember on this night, PSG away, I've never felt so drained because it was more his attacking ability that drained me.
He's a player that's got it all, the versatility in it, the defending side, the attacking side, the pace, everything. So that makes sense. First one in your book?
Yes.
Stick that one down for us. Very precise. Okay, your second category is influence. So you've got some top managers in there, all who you've played under, but it doesn't necessarily need to be the best manager, but the one that you think's had the most influence on your career so far.
Frank Lampard, Lee Carsley, Eddie Howe and Carlo Ancelotti. Some good managers, eh?
Some very good managers. I want to start with Ancelotti actually because he's obviously one of the biggest names in management. What was he like to be working under as a player? It
was crazy really. I think him just coming to Everton at that time, like we were struggling, such a big name coming into that club at the time it was just weird really, and I was a young player, so...
Were you surprised when it happened? Yeah,
very surprised. But he actually gave me my debut, but I think I was too young to actually take in how good of a manager he was. But I speak to Jude often now about him and he says some really good things, so no, he's a top guy and a top manager.
He's slightly different style of manager, isn't he, in terms of he's quite understated.
Yeah, they're all very different in their own way. I think them two are probably similar in terms of style. Lee has that sort of laid-back approach, let you do your thing, whereas Lampard and Eddie Howe are a bit more intense.
Let's talk about Eddie Howe then, your manager currently. What would you say has been the biggest thing to change in your game playing with him?
I think his demands. I have always had high demands on myself, but it's that extra thing of him demanding from me more than sort of days where I'm a little bit tired and probably off it a little bit, then he's demanding that. I don't have them days, which is hard sometimes, but ultimately he gets the best out of me.
No days off?
No days off.
So which one would you go for then in terms of the biggest influence so far on your career?
Well, I think all of them have had a massive influence in their own way on me. I have so much respect for Lee. He's done so much for me. I love playing for Lee. I loved every minute I played for him under 21 and the senior team. But I think if you're talking influence, I'd have to go Eddie Howe because I've had my best footballing years under him and his staff. So.
Would you say he's a big part of the reason as well you committed your future recently to the club?
Yeah, I think just everything about it. I said recently, like, my style is perfect for the way he wants to coach his team. And like I said, I want someone to demand them high expectations from me to make me push.
The third category is icons. So there's some iconic wingers in there. You've got to pick your most iconic one. So it doesn't need to, again, necessarily be the player you think's the best.
Some of these are probably going to be from like the 90s or something, aren't they?
No, they're all pretty recent, yeah.
Okay, Cristiano Ronaldo, Mohamed Salah, Eden Hazard, Gareth Bale.
So Salah, I think you've said before, is a player who's one of the best you've ever come up against in an opposing team. Why do you look at him in that way?
I just think he's a machine. I just think to be at the top for so long the way he has, if you look at his stats from the first season he joined Liverpool, he's just been so consistently elite. I'm playing in the Prem every week, being a winger, I know how hard it is.
Maybe he doesn't get the credit sometimes from everyone.
I think he's starting to. I think for me he's the best winger I've seen in the Prem. And I think maybe when he retires he will get that from other people. But right now probably doesn't get as much as he deserves.
A couple of other pretty iconic names in there.
Pretty good players.
Talk us through what you're thinking.
Ronaldo, I think in his United years I was probably a bit young. Probably did see him a couple of times, but not enough. I got the Real Madrid Ronaldo, which was very much a pleasure still. I definitely caught Hazard. He was phenomenal. I think if you're talking based on pure ability, he was the best Premier League winger. And then Bale, again, probably a little bit too young, but just a machine, and probably got the best version of him in the Real Madrid shirt.
Sounds like talking through them, your answer's going to be obvious, but tell me who you're thinking for your most iconic winger. Yeah,
it will be Salah. I think, like I said, Hazard probably, as a natural football player, is the best, but natural football isn't always the way to success, I don't think.
There we go, Salah's in your third spot.
Yeah.
Your fourth category is swap, so we're asking you which teammate's ability you'd like to swap with one of yours.
Good idea for this one already.
You already know. Hopefully it's in there.
Bruno's passing, Isaac's shooting, Trippier's free kicks, Joelinton's strength.
Is what you were thinking in there?
Yes. Yeah.
What was it?
Joelinton's strength.
Already? Okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think if I could stay as quick as I am and have his strength, then it would just make me, I wouldn't say unstoppable, but it made me really hard to play against.
You said before that you don't actually do that much gym work.
No,
and
I
time.
don't.
Yes.
So I'd just like to have it without doing all the hard work.
You don't want to go to the gym, you just want to swap it. If this game was real, that is why you take it.
So I'd like to get all his rewards for his hard work. I want to stay out.
Is he in the gym a lot? Is he the last one and
I don't
the first
think he is,
one?
you know.
No? Just
He's
natural.
just naturally, like, you've seen the veins in his legs and stuff. Honestly.
I don't think I can say yes to that.
Crazy.
No, I haven't. No.
He's just an absolute beast.
Yeah. Why do you not do work in the gyms? And do none of your teammates say anything to you about that?
They do say it to me, but it's not for me. I'll leave that to them.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
do you think it would impact your game if you did have that strength in terms of pace and that side of things?
I just don't think my game relies on it. But like I said, I'd like to have his. Just not my own.
I mean, is that shooting pretty crucial to a lot of your success in recent times?
No, he is obviously a top player and got a lot of ability, but I feel like my shooting is good enough that I would keep my own.
Free kicks, passing, you're not going with?
No, again, I feel like I'm pretty good at them three.
There you go.
That's the one thing I haven't got.
Pop it down.
So I'll take the Joey's strength.
Finally, we're going on to your fifth and final category, and this one is goals. We've already touched on how ambitious you are and your mentality, so we want to know what your biggest goal is to achieve in your career.
Oof. Play a World Cup with England, become captain of Newcastle, win Player of the Year, win a trophy with Newcastle. Let's
start with the Playing a World Cup. First call up, March this year.
Yeah.
New manager now. What did you make of that appointment when you heard of it?
It's exciting. He's just a winner. He's won, the Champions League. He's done amazing at all the clubs he's been at: Bayern Munich, Chelsea, Dortmund. He's been at PSG. He's just managed some top players, some top teams, and yeah, it'd be very exciting to work with him.
Is it a thing when you know that there's a new manager coming? Do you talk about it as a group? And when you heard it was Tuchel, do you speak to your other teammates, England teammates, about that, or is it all just business as usual? You're at your clubs and you're carrying on.
Yeah, I don't think we speak too much. Maybe at England, some people will say certain things, but in general, it's probably not the topic of conversation. But I can tell that everyone's excited for him to come, because I think any time a new manager comes in, it is quite exciting because you don't know what you're going to get. Fresh
opportunities as well.
Yeah.
Winning a trophy with Newcastle, we know how much that would mean to your fans. We know how much that would mean to you as a team as well. What do you feel this team is capable of under the manager we've already spoken about?
I think whatever we want. When we have a fully fit squad, I think there'll be very, very few, if any, games that we go into not feeling like we're going to win the game. I think when you've got that, you've got players who can come off the bench and change the game. Our whole squad's just full of good players, and I feel like when we're fully fit, we can beat anyone. Becoming captain of Newcastle, would that be a big ambition for you? I feel like this one's probably not maybe as important to you, but talk me through those two as well. Yeah, becoming captain, I'm not sure. I've never really thought about it. I'm not sure I see myself as that. Because I'm a winger, I just don't. You don't really see players in my position become captain. and I'm only 23, so it'd be hard for me to look at that role right now.
Yeah.
Maybe as I get older, but right now probably not. Player of the year, that would mean a lot to me. That would, because it's obviously rewards for your individual season, but I prefer the team stuff. It's team sport, so.
You speak a lot about visualisation and using that when you visualise what you'd like to achieve on a personal level, on a team level. What are those key things that you really think about?
That is one, winning player of the year, being that number one in the Prem would be such a good feeling. But then it is a team sport, you're playing in a team and you couldn't do that without any of your teammates. So I think winning the trophy, because I haven't done that yet, would by far mean the most to me.
Winning a trophy with Newcastle.
And especially with this club, because obviously we haven't won for so long, so there'd be a lot of partying if we did win, for sure.
Out all week.
So with a little bit of luck and a fully fit squad, I think we can definitely win a trophy.
There you go. Goes into your 5th and final spot. Are you happy with how that's looking?
I'm happy.
Okay, this is your final sticker to complete your board. Take that out for us and show us what you've got. It's your nice hero sticker. Don't have to do anything.
No, another question?
No, easy.
Oh. Me.
Anthony, thanks so much for joining us. Really enjoyed that today. Best of luck for the rest of the season. And that was the Sticker Book Challenge with Anthony Gordon.